All right, is the quality okay? Good. Okay, everything seems to be working now. That's fantastic. Right. Let's just, I'm also using for the first time like a Streamlabs thing. So you guys can interact with us a little bit more here on the stream as well, which I think is always quite cool. So basically, in theory, if you super chat, there'll be a big nice little alarm that says thank you and a big super chat that comes up. And if you are not subscribed to the channel already, there should be a little icon that comes up if you subscribe. So I don't know if anyone wants to test that, because this is all brand new to me. So if you want to just quickly unsub from the channel, I know it's something that YouTubers never tell you to do, but if you unsub and then sub it, there we go, something's come up. Now the text is not particularly readable, so let me just change some of the settings. This is all very new to me, and that's pretty cool, pretty fun. And no, that's the wrong one. It's all very, very complicated. And for those who don't know, I am completely useless when it comes to technology. I really am absolutely terrible. So, right, let's see how that is working. That's a bit better. Now we can see. So we've got his and hers coins testing it out. Awesome. Right. Let's start again. That was a little bit of a rocky start to the stream. Welcome, one and all, to our 25,000 subscriber celebration live stream. We don't do very many live streams here on the channel, and it's always fun to do them. It's always cool to hang out with you guys and shoot the breeze and talk about silver. And 25,000 subscribers is a pretty cool milestone. We've hit quite a few different milestones this year already, but 25,000 is the one that means a lot, because it's a really cool number. It's a good milestone on the way to where I want to take this channel. 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers is where I want to be one day. Who knows whether we'll get there one day. And when we do, I want to celebrate it. I really do. And I have said this on a stream before. A 1 kilo poured piece of silver will be the grand prize in the 100,000 subscriber giveaway, which I think is something to achieve, something to shoot for. I will give away a 1 kilo poured piece of silver. But because we are now at 25,000, which is a pretty cool number, we are going to give away some silver. I did say I'd be doing a giveaway, and a few people in the chat had said that we weren't going to, or they weren't expecting us to do a giveaway at 25,000. But I do think it's important as we go through this journey here on YouTube, and I know it's a bit cringy to say this journey here on YouTube. You know, bear with me, guys. It's fun. This is my life now, for God's sake. I really enjoy doing it. But, you know, to have the celebrations to feed back to you guys and to give away stuff makes me happy, makes my soul happy, which is kind of cool. So what we're going to do is, there is not going to be a giveaway in this particular stream, by the way. We've got some super chats coming in already. Thank you. JD for $10. That's very, very kind. And Corey W as well for $2, I beg your pardon. Thank you. Every little helps, guys, and that's very, very generous of you both. Now, there should have been a super chat alert, and I'm really annoyed that that hasn't come up, which is a bit annoying. It should have come up. I wonder if that's showing the test on there. Yes, so the test name comes up, the test comes up, but the actual super chats that you guys gave didn't, which is very frustrating. I'm sorry about that, but you guys, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. I don't do very many live streams, and I know there are a lot of other people here in the silver community on YouTube that do, and they do them so much better than me, and it's really, it's an acquired skill, I have to say. So a big thank you to all for supporting. Oh, we've got more coming in now. Mike Wolf, thank you. And Andre G. You guys, you don't really have to give super chats. If you want to, I'm not going to say no, but thank you. It really does. It's pretty cool. Thank you. I like that Corey W. and Mike Wolf have got the cool thing there. So we're getting the alerts, the sound's going over you. Okay, good. Well, there was meant to be something that pops up on the screen. I don't know if that's not showing for you guys, but regardless, thank you. Now, as I was saying before, you guys started annoying me, and I say annoying me, started distracting me with these wonderful super chats, very generous super chats. I was saying about the giveaway for this particular milestone, 25,000. Thank you all for the amazing journey here on YouTube. And to say thank you, I want to give a fraction of a kilo. So we're not going to give away a kilo at this point. That's saved for the 1,000 subscriber milestone, if and when that ever happens, maybe in a decade or so. But for now, we're going to give away something the equivalent of this. And I don't mean a 10-ounce piece, I mean a nice round number for 25,000 would be 250 grams. So we're going to do a 250 grams hammered Rolo round. And because these are cast silver, if anybody hasn't, by the way, Cadmium Green, thank you for the super chat, I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't seen the cast silver Rolos that we've been making, they're very accurate in the weights. So we're going to do a 250 gram one as the giveaway. That is going to be the giveaway. We're going to put a little video up probably tomorrow here on the channel, just with all the rules and regs. I was going to think about doing something here on the live stream as a live stream giveaway, but I want to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. I'm completely crap when it comes to technology. As you guys could probably tell, my stream here is pretty unprofessional and awful. But, you know, I'm useless with technology, and I didn't want to get it wrong. I didn't want to have some random comment picker that was wrong and potentially have something not go right with it, because there's so much at stake. Like, YouTube is so harsh on giveaways in general and having to make them exactly right. So I was just a little bit worried about it not going correct. So I will try and research for the next time we do a live stream, and we can actually talk a little bit more about giveaways. But I'll put a video up probably tomorrow afternoon, just giving all of the lowdown on the giveaway, and you'll comment on that video, and that will be the way to do it. So if you want to get notifications of that and you're not already subscribed to the channel, hey, subscribe now. If anyone wants to see their name pop up on the screen, we are able to do that. If you are already subscribed and you want to see your name, you can unsub and then sub immediately again, and a little thing will come, if I can get my pointer, here we go, it will come right about here on the stream. It's very difficult. There we go. About here, your name will appear. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, a 250 gram cast Rolo round as the 250,000 subscriber. That would be nice, wouldn't it? 25,000 subscribers, 250 grams of silver to be given away, hopefully within the next week or two. So that's what we're going to do with the giveaway. But for now, all we are going to do is hang out and enjoy the company of some lovely, lovely silver here on the table. Silver penny there with the sub. I don't know if that's a new sub or you testing it out, but thank you. Now, as we go through this live stream hangout, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask, then please feel free. I always enjoy interacting with you guys here on the streams. There's a couple of ways that you can make your comments stand out. If you want to ask me a question, well, Dave Burrows has just done exactly what I was going to suggest. If you want to ask a question and get my attention, then you can hit me up with a super chat, and that will, of course, get my notifications. And then the next thing is if you just use the @ symbol. So if you just type my name and @ see Johnny Kilo is doing the exact same thing there that I was about to describe. He's asking a question with the @ symbol. That highlights it in the chat for me, and I can see it, and we can go from there. So I'll answer Johnny Kilo's first question, because I presume he's after a kilo Kit Kat bar. And it's just after a 1 ounce one. But Johnny Kilo asked, do I sell 1 ounce Kit Kat bars? We do have a mold for 1 ounce Kit Kat bars, but it's like a 4-part mold that was used to do like a giant 4-fingered Kit Kat bar. They're right pain to pour, and they don't always come out at the right size. So yes, we do, but I really don't like making them. I really can't do them very well. International Stacker is in the house. Welcome, my friend, and he's given me $5 as a super chat. Thank you so much indeed. International Stacker, by the way, guys, if you do not know him, is another fantastic YouTuber. Silver tuber extraordinaire, I like to call him, and I've met him. He's a quality chap on about 15,500 subs now. It'd be great if we can get him up to 20,000 one day. Maybe International Snacker, when he is back in this neck of the woods, we can have, well, we were saying in the stream, your stream last night, that we should go around London in those big bubble things, you know, that you can do like silly football and things in it. That would be absolutely awesome. So yes, anyway, International Stacker is in the house. Go and check him out, guys, if you've not done so already. So going back through the chat, let's see. Any question? What is the capital of Honduras? Says Tall Thin Kev. I don't know. I'm just going to rack my brain. and have a look inside my head. It's a... Oh, God, you picked a good one, didn't you? It's Tegucigalpa. I don't know how to pronounce that. So, good question. I don't know, and I can't find out how to pronounce it. So, next one, we've got Bullion Addict in the house. Hello, BYB. Hello, my friend. Bill, congratulations on the 25,000 subscribers. Thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate the very kind support. And I do want to, as we go throughout, I mean, I haven't even shown you all the wonderful things. Let's showcase things on the table. I want to just remind you all just how much you all mean to me. Like the unfathomable amount of support that you guys have given over this last 4 years is... well, it's unfathomable. I've used the word there already. So a huge thank you to everybody for the kind support and words. And whether you've been, supporting the channel from day one, I know there's a few people here in the chat who've been around an awful long time. But even if you've just joined today, thank you. It's pretty incredible. 25,000 is an awful lot. It's a pretty cool achievement. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I don't often pat myself on the back. Mrs. Backyard Bullion tells me that I should do it a little bit more often, but anyway. So let's just have a look at some of these cool pieces first. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about here today is this thing. This thing here is fast becoming my little baby. It's fast becoming my amazing thing that I want to keep and never sell because I absolutely love it. This, by the way, was a little bit of a failed attempt at a 1 kilo Rolo round, like the 10-ounce round and 5-ounce round here. But we left it in the crucible, in the furnace, and it got this incredible hole in it. Now, I did put a video out asking for some name suggestions, and we've got a few good ones. And perhaps in a video in the not too distant future, I will be putting out some of the suggestions that people have suggested, and we can finally settle on a name for this absolute bad boy. If you've got any suggestions for names, then please let me know down in the live chat or put a comment on this video. But I absolutely love this. I'm not selling it for anybody who is wondering. We are keeping this for probably the next year or more, but maybe one day it'll get sold. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll do a charity auction for it. Who knows? But it's a really cool piece and one which I absolutely love. But for those who have been watching and looking at this and thinking, have I named it yet? Because I've had a few follow-up questions on it. We haven't yet, but there are a few shortlisted contender names which I really like the sound of, and we will at some point be putting it to a vote for you all to name, which I think is kind of fun. At least it'll be a structured vote, and we won't have it being called Rolo McSilverface or something ridiculous like that. That would not be fun. So who else is down in the chat? I'm missing quite a lot. So anyone know what the ring is with the writing around the sides? Are you talking about one of these two pieces? These two pieces are, let me just move something out of the way before I destroy my entire setup. These two pieces are Silver Forum rounds. For those who do not know, the Silver Forum is a long-term sponsor of our channel, and it's a fantastic place to be. And we commission pieces for them, or they commission pieces and we make them. And these two were our favourite pieces for that repertoire last year, the 3-ounce and 5-ounce rounds. The 3-ounce here with the traditional ripples on them, and then the hammered finish. This was actually one of the first commercially produced hammered finish pieces that I made, and I'm really chuffed with them. I absolutely love them. We did a very limited mintage of 25 of them, and we will be doing more of them this year, which I'm really excited about. So thank you to the Silver Forum, which has also been a huge part of everything I've been doing here on YouTube over the last 4 years or so. Right, going back down the chat. So International Stacker is saying he won't sleep until we hit 100 likes for this stream. We're at 57 likes. So, well, if you want to hang around and talk with International Stacker for longer, don't hit the like button. That's what I say. Evidently, there's quite a few people who don't like him because now people are hitting the like button, and we've gone up to 61. See how many more can we get? Come on, we've got 74 people in, so theoretically we should have another 10 or at least. Hit the like button. If you don't like International Stacker, hit the like button. That's a simple thing. 65. International Stacker, I'm sorry, my friend. It's obviously not a good day for you, but you will get to go to sleep fairly soon. Silverback Stacker has highlighted me, so if you want to ask me a question, everybody, then please feel free. You can do one of two ways to grab my attention. You can do the little @ symbol and then write my name, and I'll see it, and that's what Silverback Stacker's done. Or you can super chat me, and I will see it and answer your questions. So Silverback Stacker says, was it difficult to remove this from the crucible? Surprisingly not, but we didn't attempt to remove it until a good hour and a half later when everything had cooled down a lot more. I was I mean, this one was fairly easy to sort of recognise that it wasn't all molten still, perhaps inside, but a part of me was always a bit worried that if we took a Rolo round, maybe a slightly larger one or even a 20-ounce one, and it all solidified, and then we started to try and tip it out immediately, that inside would still be molten and it would maybe crack and burst and be like molten lava going everywhere, which would not be fun. So no, we left it for a good hour and a half and then came back, and actually surprisingly enough it came out super easy, which was a really nice thing to see. So yeah, all things told, really quite easy to get out. The difficult bit, and this is probably not going to be that easy to see in the late evening light that we have here in the UK, right down in the middle of this piece, down in the middle of the hole, if I get the angle right, you'll see, probably not on camera here, but there's basically sort of tiny little specks of graphite dust in there, and that's always a little bit of a worrying part, because sometimes if there were any impurities, like any iron filings or things like that, they'd be settled right there. So cleaning those out before sending it up to the Edinburgh Assay Office for the assay test was a little bit of a pain, and eventually we ended up getting a little kind of Q-tip, getting it down there with a piece of sandpaper wrapped around it, giving it a good twirl around, and it actually ended up working past its assay with flying colours. So happy days, really. So yeah, that's kind of how we did that. Pretty easy to do. International Stacker is laughing away. He still wants to sleep at 100, but he's at 74. If you don't like International Stacker and you want to get rid of him, hit that like button. So he's saying smash it, smash it, smash it. He says he's dying over here. Anyway, let's move on. Johnny Kilo, can I pour a crab? I tend to not do kind of special 3D pieces. I have tried sand casting really early on in my pouring days. It was like the second kind of session I did. I wanted to see what the different things were like, and I'd seen, of course, lots of other people on Silver Tube Land, lots of other people doing sand casting, so I thought I'd give it a go. I just couldn't get it right, and the pieces, when I poured the silver into the sand, they just stayed molten for far too long. They all got really dirty and gunky and horrible, and yeah, I didn't enjoy doing it, and I couldn't get nice pieces out of it. So yeah, not for me, sand casting, I'm afraid. It's an absolute massive skill to do sand casting as well, and I really have utmost regard and respect for anybody who does do it 3D or even open cast. Right, next question is Wayne Richard says, Backyard Bullion, how about my Precious? I assume you mean something that you've perhaps bought off me, which was a precious thing. I don't know. Elaborate more, please. Please do. Bill says, Backyard Bullion, with the success, as always, with the 200 1-ounce bars, will you or do you do other weight issues? Yes, we do. So you can see here we've got other things going on for the Silver Forum, 3 and 5 ounce rounds here. The next big one though, and I don't have any out on the table, they're all locked away up in the safe unfortunately, but the next thing is a series of 100 gram bars, and those are always one of my favourite things to do because they are a really good size, really nice weight, you get some heft to them, you get some really nice detailing on, they're sort of similar size to obviously the 3 ounces here, so you get some really good stuff about you know, the ripples around the stamps and stuff, so it's really cool. So those will be coming out, and those will be going on sale in August. That is the plan with those for you, Bill. Let's see what other questions. We've got 80 likes now, by the way, for International Stacker's bedtime. He still needs 20. If you want to get rid of him, if you don't like him, hit that like button. Hit it. Go on. You know you want to. Anyway, I get sidetracked with my hatred for International Stacker. Next up, Aaron H says, which one of these was my favourite pieces to make? Of all of these on the table here, it's a close call, actually, I have to say, Aaron. We've got two. We've basically got this one here, which is kind of like my all-time favourite piece, but at the same time, I've shown that quite a lot now. We've got another piece here, which I really enjoy making. Now, I say enjoy, there's a few things that I hate with a passion about making these kilo pieces. And the first is that they scare the living bejesus out of me. It really is just like heart racing, heart pounding, pouring a molten kilo of silver. It is very, very, very scary. Hopefully nothing will ever go wrong because we take all the precautions that we need to. But, you know, maybe one day it will, I don't know. But we've been very lucky so far, I guess. I don't know. But what I like most about it, and this is where it gets, you know, after you get that heart racing stuff out the way, seeing the results when you get something so incredibly cool like this, and the ripple cooling pool is just bonkers. And then creating something with your hands and being able to stamp something like here, like we have the silver elemental design. Getting that right, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort and precision, and literally hunched over on the stamping bench to get it in exactly where you want it, because with stamping silver, unfortunately, you get one chance. You get one chance. If you don't get it, then it's over. So yeah, this is probably one of my favourite pieces because it's just turned out so well, and I'm really happy with the stamping, really happy with the texture of the cube. It's just absolutely amazing, and of course the ripples at the top here too. So that's probably my favourite piece on the table that I've made. That and these just, you know, when you pour them and they come out and they have these kind of ripples, you know, you just can't say no, can you? So absolutely love those. Right, now we've neglected some of the rest of the chat. So Mike Wolf is asking, the pause in the wooden frame, is that a puzzle? It's a Tetris set puzzle, yes. This is one of the coolest things that we make, and they're actually sort of Tetris style pieces too here, as you can see on the other side, the reverse. And I'm really chuffed with these. These are by far and away the most popular thing that we make, and we've probably, I've lost count of how many pieces we've sold over the last 2 and a bit years of making them, but a lot. And we've also got something bonkers in the works, by the way. It's seriously big, absolutely blows the previous record holder of a 50-piece set out of the water, and I will be showcasing that at some point. But yeah, these Tetris pieces are very cool, all individual pieces. If I can get one out to show you without dropping everything everywhere, there we go, each individual piece, and you can, there's probably many different myriad of ways of putting them together, certainly with the larger sets, and they come in these wooden frames. And we have to give a moment to say thank you to my dad for the absolutely incredible frames that he makes for all of our sort of special pieces and puzzles and things like that. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Now let's go down. Victor Stenish, if I'm pronouncing that right, sorry if I'm not. Random question, who's my favourite non-precious metals bullion YouTuber? Non-precious metals. I have to say it's a kind of like combination. I have obviously like my backyard bullion YouTube account here, but then I have a personal YouTube account. And my personal YouTube account, I have a number of people that I'm subscribed to and watch kind of on a regular basis. But I'm really always continually inspired by a channel called How Ridiculous, which is a bunch of three Australian chaps who throw bunches of things off a very large tower, and I absolutely love them. They're really good fun, and they're quite entertaining to watch. So that would probably be my favourite. And then there's like Dude Perfect and a few others that I watch fairly regularly too. International Stacker, you've got 1 thumbs down now. We've got to get to 101 likes now for you to go to bed. That's it's not going to be achievable. 86, 15 more likes to get rid of International Stacker, guys. Come on. You know you want to. Right, let's go. Now, I've really gone lagging behind in the chats, I'm afraid, so I'm really sorry. Now, I'm going to just start. I think there's only really one way to do it, guys. I'm just going to have to start again. If you've asked a question and I haven't answered it, I'm really sorry. Please re-ask the question, either with the @ symbol or with a super chat, and we'll get to it. Super chats will take preference on questions. I'm sure that will get my attention right there. So anyway, let's see if we've got any others. International Stacker says he owns over 30 ounces of BYB silver. It's the bomb. Oh, look, we've lost that thumbs down. Whoever it was has taken it away. Now we just need 7 more likes and we can get rid of International Stacker. Come on, get rid of them. Right, Victor Senshi asks again. He says, oh, I know I love them too. They are also one of my favourite non-precious metal YouTubers. Good, yeah, I mean, they're just a fun, loving set of guys who throw stuff off a big tower, make fun videos. I really enjoy them. What I actually really enjoy is their enthusiasm. It's really quite refreshing, because there's a lot of kind of YouTubers out there in this world that you watch, and I guess it's like they get a little bit stale. It's the same with any kind of YouTube channel, whether it's small or big. You'll have this period of growth, this period of enthusiasm that you get really excited about what you're doing and the growth, and you see these huge numbers coming in, and these, you might get a viral video and it goes bonkers, and then it falls off, and you see people kind of be like, oh, I'm not getting 5 million views on my video, so I'm not going to try. And it's sad to see that on some of these really big YouTube channels. But these guys, I like them. They're really good. And I like to kind of, do the same thing. I like to try and put as much enthusiasm into what I do as possible. Sometimes it can be quite hard to do. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. There are times when I sit down to start filming a video and I'm just like, maybe I'll just do it later because I've got other things I need to do, or I just don't feel it. And there are times when I start filming a video and then I just end up scrapping the idea and going off and doing something else. So yes, right, next question. Cactus Jack Swag says, Backyard Bullion, you should get those blokes in Australia to throw some of your paws off the tower. You'd go viral. Well, yes, possibly. I think they threw like something at a diamond off the tower, I seem to remember. The problem is, I think, Cactus Jack, is that if you get just a giant piece of silver, well, first of all, it would have to be a giant piece of silver, like a kilo plus piece or something, and you drop it off the tower. I know exactly what's going to happen. It's just going to squash. It's just going to dent. Will it make a really fun video? I don't know. Maybe if they dropped it onto an axe head or something, maybe even sliced it in half, that would be kind of cool. There's another channel I watched, Demolition Ranch, with the pew-pews, as he calls them. He shot a bunch of silver, and that was kind of fun to watch, but I don't know. Anyway, let's go down the chat again. Mr. Kiris01 says, how much are the Tetris sets going for? So it depends on the size of the Tetris sets, but a 9-piece set here, they're going to be like 20. Well, so we basically do £25 a piece, so 25 times 9, it's £225, and then we often add a little bit more for the frame for Dad, because he makes them all by hand, and then shipping obviously internationally, so probably looking about £250, £260, something like that. By the way, if anybody does want to commission a Tetris set, we are taking orders. We just don't have them on the website for a few reasons, which I'll maybe go into in a little bit. But if you are interested in buying anything that you want commissioning, then just email me. Email me. It's the easiest and best way to do it, because the amount of times that I've had things in stock, put them up for sale on my website, and they go within seconds. Literally seconds sometimes I've seen them go, which is scary. Especially even selling on the Silver Forum as well. I can sell things very quickly. So commissioned items is pretty much where we are at the moment. Wayne Richards says earlier he was giving a name for the one Rolo. Yes, a one key. That's the Precious. Call him. It's a good idea, good name. I do like it, and it was in fact already on my short list. So yes, next one is Victor Stenchi again. Another random question about that was epic. Have you the video where they threw a plane on a giant trampoline? Yes, I have seen that. It was very fun. Let's move on from How Ridiculous, because this is the Backyard Bullion channel, not the How Ridiculous channel. International Stacker could catch his mouth. Is that because we're close to it? We've got 95 thumbs ups and we've got 2 thumbs down, so you need 102 likes now for you to go to bed. Are you saying welcome all 5 more likes to 100? Can we do it? If we've got any thumbs downs, we need to add them. 100, that's 97. If you don't like International Stacker, everybody, hit the thumbs up button. You get rid of him. He wants to go to bed. We've got 100. We need 2 more to balance out those thumbs downs. Let's see. We've got Cactus Jack Swag asking, throw International Stacker off the tower into a kiddie pool while he's juggling my paws. That has viral video written all over it. Definitely. We have now hit over 100 likes and 104 with 2 thumbs down. So International Stacker, it's beddy bye time. You can go away now to bed. He's not going to bed? What? But we thought we'd get rid of you. Never mind. Well, that's life, I suppose. Right. Sorry, I'm just giggling at myself. This has been quite an anti-International Stacker stream, hasn't it? You kind of just want to get rid of you. Go away. Go. Anyway, moving on. Let's go back to some of the questions. Riverbank Silver is in the chat. Riverbank Silver, by the way, if you guys do not know, is killing it at the moment with his own little creations. And he can be found over on the Silver Forum. I don't know if somebody wants to copy and paste in his link or anything down there. Quality chap, and a UK silver pourer hallmarking his silver and making some really cool things. Riverbank Silver, if you're still in the chat, I absolutely love that tiger stripe bar that you put up on the Silver Forum today. Really, really stunning stuff. Did it sell? Let us know. Vanessa says, what do you think of buying foreign junk silver? You've been getting a ton of it at spot. You've been getting silver at spot price? I think any silver at spot price is a very good thing right now. Foreign junk, though, I absolutely love. If you want to call it junk, I don't know, one man's junk is another man's treasure. I absolutely love constitutional US silver. It is by far and away some of the coolest pieces of silver that you can have. And a little known fact, the very first piece of silver that I ever had, not that I knew it was silver at the time, was when I was about 4 or 5 years old. My grandfather gave me a $50, a 1944 Walking Liberty $50. And I absolutely loved it. He didn't give it to me because it was silver. He just gave it to me because I liked coins. And I had it forever in a big box. And I really, really enjoyed it and loved it. And then dug it out one time when I was, looking at coins and realised, hang on a minute, that's a silver coin. That's actually worth some money, which is, I think, pretty cool. So, yeah, that's probably my answer to that. I absolutely love it. So, Ron L14 says, I got some of your silver a year ago and it's amazing. It's my favourite piece of my stack. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. And so I would just like to say again, so, you know, this is the whole stream here is the 25,000 subscriber appreciation celebration stream, if you want to call it. So I do want to take a moment to not only say thank you to everybody for the support that you've given here on YouTube land in terms of watching my videos, watching me ramble on about silver. By the way, hit 1, smash the 1 in the chat if you are a member of the BYB Rambling Society. I'd love to see if anybody is in there. But what I want to say is a big thank you to everybody who has supported the business that I run now, because it's not just about making videos on YouTube here for a bit of fun. That's still part of it, and I will always continue to do that. But YouTube has fueled this whole new business opportunity for me, this whole new way of life. Look at all those ones in the chat for the BYB Rambling Society. Wow, I do like that. Thank you all. That's just really cool to see. Anyway, yeah, so a big thank you to everybody who's not just supported here on YouTube, but purchased some of our poured silver and made this into a sustainable hobby business. One thing that I think that people don't really understand is that you guys continuing to buy this, and it's not, we get a lot of repeat customers. You know, what I like to think is that we do what we do very well, and when businesses do something well and they have a good product and a good brand and a good theme and a good following, and customers come back for more, that's always a good sign. And I do like the fact that we've got a really, really strong and loyal customer base, and you guys absolutely rock for that. So whether you've bought the smallest piece that we offer, a single Tetris piece, or whether you've been big enough and brave enough to support by buying a kilo bar of silver, thank you. It really is, it's absolutely mind-boggling to think that there's people out there who have my silver in their stack, in their possession, and they enjoy it, they love it, they hold it, they touch it. And to hear some people say that it's the favourite thing, I absolutely love it. So thank you. That is really very generous of you all to be so generous over this last 4 years. Now, incidentally, there is, guys, there's so much I want to talk about in today's stream. There's just almost not enough time in the world. So another thing to talk about is that this month is my 4-year anniversary here on YouTube. Sorry, just a quick drink. It's quite hard work talking. Excuse me, talking constantly at the camera with no backup in the background. Anyway, what I was saying was 4-year anniversary happening now, which is absolutely incredible. I think the official anniversary is around the 23rd of July, but we actually made a few videos before that and then just re-uploaded them to a brand new branded channel, Backyard Bullion. So 4 years has flown by, which is incredible, and it's nice to have hit 25,000 subscribers just before that 4-year anniversary. So we are looking now forward to the future. Can we get to 50,000 subscribers in a faster time? In theory, it should happen, because it's always one of these kind of exponential type growth things. I have no illusion, though, that I think there's going to be a ceiling at some point, which we'll get to, and then it'll just come down to a trickle of maybe 100 a month or something. But at the moment, we're gaining, 800,000-900,000 subs a month sometimes, and in theory, that's going to be 10 or 11,000 subscribers a year. Maybe just a touch under 9,000-10,000 subscribers a year. So in theory, 8 years, 100,000 subs, give away a kilo of silver. See if we can get it sooner. That is definitely where we want to be. We want to continue doing this, and I just really enjoy making videos here and hanging out with you guys and talking. So a big thank you to everything. Now, I'm sorry, I've been neglecting the chat for ages. So if anybody, I've seen a few people asking about buying some silver. If you guys wanted to purchase anything, I do want to sort of tell you there are a few things here on the table which are available for sale. So the first thing is we are now taking orders, commission orders for Tetris sets. We have a very large supply of them in stock, which I was working very hard on over the last couple of weeks. So we can supply some Tetris sets now if you are interested. If anybody is interested in buying anything here on the table, then, well, with the exception of this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So anyway, let me just put all the things to one side that are sold. Basically, this is what we have that it's technically available for sale at the moment. And you guys, it goes really quickly when I put it up on the Silver Forum or when I put it up on my website. So basically, if anybody wants to purchase anything, then please email me. Just email me at byb@backyardbullion.com. That is the best way to get in touch, and we can talk about basically how to work something out and get something to you. Now, the things here that are available, this is available if anyone wants it. This little star, it's 4.5 ounces. It hasn't been stamped up yet. We have videoed it being poured. It's a very, very cool piece with a really nice set of ripples. Let's have a close look at that next to the camera. And I really like it. I think it's awesome. It's got some very, very nice character to it. So if anybody wants it, then let me know. Mad Stacker is asking about a live giveaway. As I said at the start of this video, unfortunately, we're not going to do a live giveaway because I haven't got everything together to work it out. It's very difficult here on YouTube doing giveaways, and if you get it wrong, it can literally cost you everything. They can shut your channel down, or at least give you a really big telling off, and I don't want to avoid that. More importantly, they can take away some of the things that you can do on the channel, like doing live streams or doing other things like that. So I don't want to get it wrong. I haven't researched it properly, and I will be doing it at some point, but for now, no. The next thing is the kilo pieces here. So we've got 2 of these absolutely bonkers kilo bars that are available at the moment. If anybody would like this, then you can get hold of it. They are big pieces, they are not cheap, they are not easy to make, and the laser etched hallmarking that we have on the sides of them it costs an arm and a leg to do, but it is absolutely stunning. So if anybody wants one of these 2 kilo pieces, then we can sort something out. Basically, the way it would work is that you would buy the commensurate amount of silver that's in these, because these are actually about 1,050 grams each, I think, something like that. You'd buy that silver, get it sent to me, and then pay an overhead, sort of basically an uplift on top of that to cover all of my costs and overheads, and of course the little bit of profit margin. So that's how we would do it, basically. So if you can send me silver that you've already got, buy silver and get it sent to me, and then sort out everything else. So those are available, completely customizable. So another kilo that we made recently, this is an example of the kilo stamping. The guy has named it Year of the Monkey Business, and you know, if you want to buy it, then you can. And well, you can't buy this one, but if you want to buy these, then you can, and you can customize it. So that is essentially all we have for sale right now. However, we can take commissions on anything else that is in our pouring repertoire, whether it be small pieces, large pieces. I think I've seen Darren Gallagher in the chat here, and he's probably going to be salivating over these, my friend. They are back from Edinburgh. I've got a big update video. I've got another video topic to talk about next week, which is all about postage and shipping precious metals, which is an absolute nightmare. Anyway, that's a topic for another time, but put it like this: Royal Mail suck. Absolutely suck. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. So guys, if you want to ask me a question, 2 ways to do it. First up, hit the @ symbol at Backyard Bullion. I'll see your question come up in the chat, or you can super chat me. Any donations are very kindly what's the word? I've lost my brain. My brain's gone. Kindly received. No, that's kindly appreciated. That's it. If you guys want to support the channel, but you don't want to buy any silver, if there's nothing that you particularly fancy or want to commission, that's fine. You feel free to hit that super chat. Anything is greatly appreciated. And lastly, if you want to support the channel, we've got merch. Who'd have thought it? Merchandise on YouTube? No. We have t-shirts, we have stickers, we have various different things. All the links are down in the description below. So, going back to the chat now. How many ounces of silver is the Tetra, says Mike Wolf? Well, they work out roughly about 0.9 of an ounce per piece. So a 9-piece set would be about 8 ounces, 7 point something. I can't do maths in my head. 8.1 ounces, something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much for that. It kind of averages out across the whole set. So some will be a little heavier. The heaviest ones are around about an ounce, and the lightest ones are maybe 23, 24 grams. So it works out roughly around that. Next question I'm seeing is Dale Hodgkinson is asking how much are the 100 gram hammered bars. Unfortunately, they are not for sale. So I guess the question is they are not priced. Normally, we would price them around the £90 to £95 mark, depending on how much silver is at the time. A lot of people don't realise that when you run a sort of pouring silver business, it's not necessarily about how much you paid for the silver that you used to melt these, it's how much you pay for the silver to replace the silver that you actually pour. So 90 to 95 pounds, depending on at the time how much we then subsequently have to buy our new silver at. Vanessa, well, there you go. How much am I charging per ounce? At the moment, it's £30 an ounce, and that's simply because overheads right now are a lot higher with the cost of silver, shipping internationally, and everything else that you combine with pouring silver generally, furnaces, crucibles, hallmarking, postage. Yes, I think I've seen another question there asking about do we post to the Philippines. Our prices tend to include shipping as well, so yeah, that's basically what we do. Shipping to the Philippines, yes we do. I believe it's still tracked and signed and insured by the Royal Mail. That's a question for another video because the Royal Mail absolutely suck, but I think we could probably do it. Brass Junkie says, any chance of a hand-poured bust of John Cleese? Don't tell the Germans. But no, yes and no. No, we can't do John Cleese unless we do it in a graphite mould. Graphite is the way we pour silver here in the Backyard Bullion household. I don't mess around with any of the sand pouring. It's just not for me. I'm sure, though, if we did a cast of John Cleese's face, he'd probably have something to say about it, knowing John Cleese. So, well, I don't know him, but there you go. Dale Hodgkinson says they look amazing. I'm not sure which he's referring to. And Johnny Keeling, Backyard Bullion. Are there any items for sale on your website? I don't see anything there. I'm afraid not, my friend. The only thing that probably will go up for sale on my website at some point, if somebody in this stream doesn't email me and commandeer it, is this star. That's simply because there are just so many pieces that we make to order at the moment. Commission pieces is keeping me more than busy. And I really haven't had time just to sit down and make a bunch of stock for general retail on the website. And the small amount of items that we do manage to make, they just sell so quickly. So we tend not to have anything ever on our website at the moment because anything we do put there gets sold so quickly. So if anybody wants to buy this star, then let me know. You can email me, byb@backyardbullion.com. Johnny Kilo says, oh no, that's the question I've just answered. Jason says, how much is shipping average? Well, it depends where you are, but generally speaking, if your item is pretty much over £100 in value, I often throw in free international shipping. So that's kind of cool. Vanessa says that she was able to find one of my 100-gram bars at a local coin shop. Well, that's probably going to have been a fairly good find for you, I'd imagine. Let us know down in the comments how much you bought it for. I'll be very intrigued to know. Roman Terralides is in the chat, says hi. JD says, is International Stacker gone? He's going. He says, International Stacker, gotta run. Congrats, BYB. Everyone smash that like button. Yes. Thank you very much, International Stacker. You seem to have been a little bit of our international punching bag in today's chat. If anybody is just joining now, basically earlier on, International Stacker said if we get to 100 likes, he would go to bed. So I said, if you don't like International Stacker, hit the like button, get rid of him. Good sport. Fantastic chat, by the way. If anybody in this chat has not subscribed to him, go over to his channel and subscribe. He is a very entertaining and very, very nice chap and does a great amount of cool videos. We've got Hatsy Kitty asking, are those 2 hammered rounds in the upper right corner sold already? If not, how much? I'm afraid those are sold. They are a commission piece for Darren Gallagher, as he's in the chat. I'm sure he'll tell you that they are unfortunately not for sale. If anybody does want to commission these 10-ounce and 5-ounce hammered rounds, then we can do them. They would be £290 for the 10-ounce and £150 for the 5-ounce. Again, if anybody wants to order any, email me is the best way to do it. Use byb@backyardbullion.com. I also have info@backyardbullion.com if that's easier for anybody to remember. So that's how we would make them if anybody's interested. We've got Freedom Stacker in the chat. Welcome. Project Nero X has asked, would I ever consider pouring gold? I have indeed poured gold in the past. It was an incredible thing to do, don't get me wrong. But with the way that we're set up, we're basically working out of my kitchen. And this is my dining room table. I don't have a sterile work environment, so to have multiple metals is quite risky for hallmarking. And when we did send the gold bar that we made up for hallmarking, it had surface contamination of silver, and it failed its assay, which is a real shame. The buyer of the bar was really good sport about it and was very understanding. I did actually warn him of that at some point in the discussions about it, but he was willing to take that risk. But I don't want to risk it again, and more importantly, I don't want to risk getting gold contamination onto all of my silver products which I make, because assay testing them is a really important thing, and it's the key cornerstone of our business, basically. Ron L14 says, when you send silver from the UK to the US, do I use Royal Mail? Also, do I have to fill out a special form? In fact, I can show you what I have to fill out. Here we go. So I have a whole bunch of these customs declaration forms. Anything that goes out of the European Union, we have to put this on the parcel, and we have to declare what it is. And we basically say collectible metal tokens. That has seemed to be doing us good. I don't really want to write silver on there, and then you have to write all of the other bits and bobs value and stuff on it for customs. So yes, we do. We use Royal Mail to go internationally, yes, and it's insured, which is really good. So yeah, all things told, it's a pretty easy process, but it does take an awful long time at the moment with the basically shipping at the moment. Coronavirus land is just not good, and I don't mean coronavirus land in that the US is just a land filled with coronavirus. I'm very sad for all of you guys over there that everything is seeming to be quite chaotic, but yeah, I think I've had parcels go to America in the last couple of weeks that have taken like 6 weeks, which is not great. It's really annoying, and I will be doing a video all about Royal Mail and the joys that are working with Royal Mail in probably next Sunday's video, maybe even Wednesday, I don't know, but it's just, yeah, not fun. Right, let's go back to the chat. Darren Gallagher to join the 20-ounce already in his stack. Yes, he's saying that these are his. They are indeed. Just going to have a quick drink, everybody. Hang on a second. Oh, it's quite a lot of work doing a stream, talking solidly. Has anyone ever tried talking solidly for 48 minutes, listening to yourself ramble on? Anyway, we've got West Coast. Hey, hope you're well. Do I still have the gold button of that pour? No, we sent off the gold to the to its new owner, and then I think any gold that we had left. In fact, it's interesting that you've said it, because any gold that we had left, all the remaining little scraps and things, we actually had a bunch of other basically gold casting grain left over, and I didn't want to pour with it, so I've recently disposed of it and exchanged it with a bullion dealer for some lovely gold coins. So these are some new acquisitions in that they are obviously different to what we had before, but they are very cool new pieces. Very much like them. Love this maple, 1985 maple, very rustic and worn, to put it lightly, but it wasn't bought as meant to be good quality. It was their cheapest to spot price gold, and it was actually with the bullion dealer Shards, as you can see here. Shards are a really good company, by the way, for buying gold, if anybody in the UK is looking for somebody to buy gold. And here you go, big reveal. We are in talks with Shards at the moment about doing an interview with the owner of Shards, which is going to be really fun. We don't know the logistics of it yet. I'm still trying to work all of that out. But hopefully at some point in the not too distant future, we will be doing an interview with Shards, which I think is fantastic. So yes, Lawrence, that's it, Darren. He is keen. He is on board. We're just working out the logistics and timings of it, and we're going to do a remote, socially distanced interview, which should be good fun. He's got some great stories to tell everybody. JD is asking, have I ever made a hammered fish? We don't have a fish-shaped mould, but it would look cool. It would look like the scales on a fish. Maybe that's something for the future. Ron L14 says, if it's over a certain value, do I not have to fill out a different form? I've never had to. I've never had anything returned from customs or anything. I've never had anything going to America where the customer has got in touch to say something's wrong. So, not that I'm aware of. So, yeah, anyway. Lanky Git he's looking forward to the cube he ordered for his dad's retirement. Thank you very much for your order. It has been returned from the Edinburgh Assay office, and it will be worked on over this coming week, and we will be hopefully in touch. It's happened a little bit faster than I thought, so we'll be in touch over the course of this next week with updates for you, but thank you for that. He was one of the very kind people who has commissioned a piece recently. If anybody wants to commission anything, you can do so by emailing me. Next question. Daryl says, hi, at Backyard Bullion. Thank you very much. James Darvula says, love using shards for gold. They are first-rate service. Let me tell you, they are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I will talk more about them when I talk about these coins in a subsequent video. But basically, they are fantastic, and I really would very much recommend anybody looking to purchase gold to go and check them out. Next up, we have Andrew Felton asking, do I make my own molds? I'm afraid I do not make my own molds. We tend to have a chap in America make them, a chap by the name of Zach from GNG Machine Works. Really good chap, makes very, very complex molds. There's also a business in the UK that does them too, which I use for these sort of more traditional shaped pieces, like the very large cubes or bars or things like that. So that tends to be how we do our molds. Ron L14, what's the biggest piece you've sold? Well, technically the biggest piece I've sold was one of our kilo bar pieces. It was, I think, number 2 or 3, and it was 1,075 grams or 74, I can't remember. That's the biggest one we've done so far. I don't think I will go bigger than that because, let me tell you, it is scary as hell to pour a kilo of molten silver. If you don't know, silver's bloody heavy, really bloody heavy, and especially so when you have it in its liquid form and 1,000 degrees plus. It's very, very scary, and every time I pour one of these big kilo pieces, my heart pounds, it races, and you know, I take so many precautions in case of a spill or an emergency or a failure of a crucible or something like that. And I think one day it probably will happen, but hopefully it won't do any damage because we'll have all of our safety precautions in place. But yeah, that's probably the biggest piece, and it will remain so for a long time. Victor is asking, what is my favourite piece or price of gold or piece of gold? My favourite price of gold would be £0 per ounce. That would be lovely. I think you mean piece, though. My favourite piece of gold is probably one of the Queen's Beasties, or the 50 pesos gold. I think it's probably, I don't know, maybe 50 pesos, because they're just so cool and big. Darren Gallagher is asking, how big will the pours go? I think I've just answered that. No bigger than a kilo, because it's just not fun. It's fun, but it's scary as hell. Andrew Felton asks, thanks. What advice would you give anyone wanting to just give pouring a shot for fun? I'd say it's a fantastic hobby to do, but you need to take care of yourself when doing it, because the stuff can hurt. And let me tell you, I've not seen or heard an injury, but I've not seen an injury, but I've heard of injuries with molten metals. It goes down to the bone, guys. You can lose limbs from this stuff. It is not fun if you get molten liquid metal on you. So essentially, if you don't know what will happen, it will basically super boil the blood in your body, and it will almost blow up your arm sometimes. If it's not fun. So yes, it's a fantastic hobby, but do so just so carefully. Respect the silver. The minute you don't respect it is the minute it kills you, or at least harms you or maims you. So yeah, basically, give it a go if you want to, but it's not to be done lightly. It's a really, really dangerous hobby, and it really should be. You should respect those things. So Bill says, the 1 kilo cylinder with the hole in it, is that a hole? Is it a hollow? How did you do that? It looks like a pencil sharpener. Well, for those who haven't seen the, well, we haven't named it yet, the massive monster Rolo epic piece that we have here, this was created in a similar fashion to these pieces here, by which I mean we did a cast, and we had all the silver in the crucible, put the crucible into the furnace, melted it all, and let it solidify. However, we took the crucible out for the smaller pieces, and it cooled very quickly, and you get a nice flat finish. But with the big chunky monkey here, we left it in because I thought it's quite large. I didn't want to lift it out and have a potential failure of the crucible. And this is some kind of amazing physical process that happened that caused it to have this giant void, this giant hole form as it cooled. No clue how it happened, no clue if I can replicate it. I'm pretty sure I probably could, because it's not, you know, a difficult process, but I don't know if it would look the same. Absolutely love it. And then I hammered it and hammered it and hammered it. So that is basically the story of this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on the hour, and I don't really want to sit here and ramble for another couple of hours, because Mrs. Backyard Bullion is very kindly waiting in the background with the doggies, and we are about to go out for a nice walk in the evening sunlight and walk the dogs, have a nice evening meal on this Sunday night. Looking forward to the busy week that we have ahead. So I will be wrapping this up in the next couple of minutes at 6 o'clock. If you guys have anything else you'd like to say or any support that you'd like to give to this channel, more so than you've already done by being a subscriber, then please feel free to get some merch, hit us up with a super chat. If you've enjoyed this live stream and you want to say thank you, there is no better way than buying one of our t-shirts, hitting us up with the super chat to finish up the day, or giving me an email and commissioning any piece that you'd like. These are for sale. These kilo pieces are for sale. If anybody wants to talk about them more, then please get in touch. Email byb@backyardbullion.com. There is a link down in the description of this particular live stream to our email address and our website and the merch and everything. So I just want to take this opportunity to finish up this stream by once again saying a huge and massive thank you to everybody out there who has been supporting this channel, whether you've subscribed today or whether you've subscribed on day one. Thank you. I absolutely love every single one of you, and I genuinely mean that, because you guys have changed our lives. You've changed my lives. It's just, it really is just so humbling, and I absolutely love it. Thank you. Let's have one last round of the Rambling Society members smashing one in the chat. Let's see how many of you have sat with me for this hour-long BYB ramble. Go on, we've got 1, 2, got Darren, Hatsy. I'll give you all a shout out. Darren, Hatsy, Aaron, Daka, Dale, thank you so much. Wayne, Spencer, Riverbank Silver, Bill, Bezo816, Cadmium Green, Jonathan Middleton, Kaino the Concerned Citizen, and Johnny Kilo, smashing the one. Lanky Git, Jason DeLeon, West Coast. You see, this is what it's all about, guys. 25,000 subscribers is a great number, but let's be honest, not 25,000 people watch the videos every day, every week. Daryl, thank you. Scott, thank you. You know, it's you guys that are the BYB Rambling Society. You watch, you enjoy, you engage, you are the best. And no YouTube channel can ask for better subs and better supporters than all of you. Thank you, I don't know where I stopped. JD, thank you. Did I say Scott Lehman? Thank you. Treasure Trolls Michigan, thank you. Mike DiCarlo, big thank you. James Darvula, big thank you. Retz Zafnas, thank you. Sander is one of my longest subscribers. He's been with us for like 3.5, 4 years nearly, I think. I remember each one of you when you've joined. I don't remember the date, but I know that you've been here for a while. Happy Zed Bears, thank you. Honestly, like I can't describe how different my life is now compared with 4 or 5 years ago, and it is all down to everybody. I know there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes with the channel, and I work hard for it, and Mrs. Backyard Bullion also works hard for it. She needs a shout out, and the people on the Silver Forum need a shout out too. Big thank you to European Stacker for being a BYB Rambling Society, and AG Heap, thank you all. But ultimately we wouldn't be here doing what we do if it wasn't for you guys, and I mean that. I genuinely do mean that. That is life. That is how it goes. So thank you. And here we are, nearly at the top of the hour for the last few seconds of the stream. Thank you all for joining. Let's crash on through to 50,000 subscribers. Let's smash that one next, and then we can go and get that silver play button from YouTube, and then I can melt it or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens if we ever get there. But JD, another super chat to finish the day. Thank you so much. Daka is saying one of the best live. I don't think I'm one of the best live. That's another quick thing I want to ask you all, because you're my BYB Rambling Society. Let's extend this just for a few more minutes. I want your honest feedback about the live streams, because I'm not particularly good at live streams, and one of the things I do with my videos is that I will have multiple takes, because I want to try and get it as fluid and as consistent and cohesive as possible when I do my videos. And it's a skill. It's a learned skill to do. Holy crap, Cadmium Green, why you get $20? Thank you so much. But anyway, look, feedback, please. I'd love to know your feedback on the live stream stuff, because I'm not good at it. I get distracted. I ramble. That's part of what I do in life. I just constantly talk and question. It drives Mrs. Backyard Bullion to no end of dismay sometimes, because when we're chatting and I'll just go off on a ramble and a tangent, or I'll tell her some random facts and things. It is what I do. It's how I am. It's my whole nature. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you like this? Do you enjoy it? I know some of you will be sitting here and enjoying it, but it's not going to be for everybody. I don't know. European Stacker is saying, I really like my honesty. There's a lot of good ones out there, but you also talk about the challenges in stacking in life. It's important and something we need to hear. Yeah, I mean that's what I try and do in my videos generally, but more specifically here on the live streams. I mean, it is difficult to manage. I'm useless with technology. We do have I mean, look, here is a prime example of how useless I am with technology. You want to see the tripod I'm using? This is my tripod. It's my furnace. I'm genuinely just using my furnace as a tripod here. It works very well. Don't get me wrong, but you know that's how useless I am at technology. So okay, so well, it seems like lots of people are really enjoying it, saying that they like it, which is good, and I enjoy it too. It's one of those things where I don't think I would want to do a live stream like every week. I think doing one every month is really good. You know, it's quite good to engage with you guys, and I don't necessarily when your channel gets bigger, it's really hard to keep up with things, and when people comment on your videos, it's really hard to keep up with everything. And sometimes you know, you'll be working late into the evenings or first thing in the morning. It gets to be a bad habit of checking the phone and, you know, replying to comments, and I sometimes don't do things. So yeah, Wayne Richards is saying that the start is awful in this stream. I know there was a technological issue with the microphone, so sorry for that. We'll edit that out, I think. But no, I mean, technology-wise, I'm useless, so I'll try and improve on that. But yeah, okay. Well, it seems like everybody is enjoying it, which is important. So that is where we will leave it. A big thank you to everybody for all of your kind support and words, especially to everybody who's kindly donated with super chats. Cadmium Green. Let's just run back through them. Cadmium Green. JD, thank you so much. Those are the last couple that we have. We have a few right at the start, which have come out, gone away from the chat. I think it was JD as well who gave me 10 right at the start of the chat as well. So big thank you to them. Big thank you to all of you. I want to say have a fantastic week ahead. And please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. See you on the next one, everyone.